Imagine hating your own father so much you wished he was never your father. Now imagine discovering after he was gone that the very thing you hated him for was the greatest gift he ever gave you. Stay until the end, because you'll never see what's coming. Every morning before the first school bell rang, an old janitor was already hard at work, unlocking doors, sweeping hallways, and getting the school ready for hundreds of students who barely noticed him. He never complained. He wore the same faded jacket every day, and he always greeted everyone with the same gentle smile. But there was one thing the students couldn't stop talking about. He only had one eye. His son attended that school for free because employees received a tuition waiver. To the father, it was the greatest gift he could ever give his son, a chance at a better future. He couldn't afford expensive clothes or fancy lunches. So every morning, he packed his son's lunch by hand, tied his shoes when he was younger, and proudly watched him walk through the school gates. But the other kids didn't see a loving father. They saw someone to make fun of. "Hey, isn't that the one-eyed janitor's kid? Dude, that's so weird." Some laughed, some whispered, some simply stared. When the boy was little, he'd come home crying. His father would kneel beside him, smile and say, "Don't worry, son. One day they'll see the kind of person you really are." The boy wanted to believe him, but as the years passed, the teasing only got worse. By middle school, embarrassment had turned into anger. Whenever his father came near his classroom to fix something, the boy would hide behind his friends so nobody would know they were related. One afternoon, he finally snapped. "Why do you keep coming near my class? Everyone makes fun of me because of you." His father looked down and quietly replied, "I'm sorry." Those two words somehow made the boy even angrier. By high school, he refused to walk beside his father in public. If anyone asked who the janitor was, he pretended he didn't know him. His father noticed every single time, but he never complained. Instead, he worked longer hours, quietly saving every penny so his son could one day attend college. Eventually, that day arrived. The father couldn't stop smiling. He proudly told everyone, "My son is going to college." It was one of the happiest days of his life. But for his son, nothing had changed. One afternoon, a few classmates saw his father waiting outside campus with a homemade lunch. "Wait, that's your dad? The one-eyed guy? Man, that's embarrassing." The laughter echoed in his head all the way home. That night, years of pain exploded. "Do you know what my life has been like because of you? Everywhere I go, people laugh at me. I'm tired of this. I wish you were never my father." Silence filled the room. The old man's eyes filled with tears, but he didn't argue. He didn't defend himself. He simply forced a smile, even though his heart had just been shattered. That night, he cooked his son's favorite meal. He watched him eat. He wished him good night. Then after his son fell asleep, he sat alone at the kitchen table and wrote a letter. The next morning, the house was silent. His father's room was empty. His clothes were gone. On the table sat a single envelope. With trembling hands, the young man opened it. "My dear son, I know how much you've suffered because of me. I heard every insult. I saw you pretending not to know me. So I've decided to leave. If I'm gone, no one will ever call you the one-eyed man's son again. But before I go, there's something you never asked me. You never asked how I lost my eye. When you were just 2 years old, a terrible accident badly injured one of your eyes. The doctors told us you'd never be able to see properly again. At that moment, I made the easiest decision of my life. I gave you my eye. The eye you're using to read this letter is the very eye I gave you. I've never regretted that decision. Not for a single day. Every time I looked at your face, I knew I'd made the right choice. Please don't spend your life feeling guilty. Just live the happy life I always wanted for you. And whenever you look in the mirror, remember, part of me will always be looking back at you. With all my love, Dad." The letter slipped from his hands. He collapsed onto the floor, crying harder than he ever had before. "Dad, I'm sorry." He ran outside. He searched every street, every bus stop, every place his father used to go. But it was too late. The man he had spent his whole life trying to hide had spent his whole life protecting him. Sometimes that we become so focused on our parents' imperfections that we completely miss their sacrifices. If your parents are still with you, call them today. Tell them you love them. Because one day, the words, "I'm sorry," may never reach them. If this story touched your heart, subscribe to The Golden for more unforgettable stories. Because sometimes one story can change the way you see the people you love forever.